Hello, Cancer. How are you? I'm super friggin' hot. I'm just trying to like work with myself where I'm like, how am I gonna be the coolest during this reading so I don't get overly hot? I sweat like a motherfucker sometimes. Honestly. It's called the channeling sweats. Especially like if you do something, like if you paint, if you're an artist or something and you sweat while you're like, not because of the temperature, like it's not, has nothing to do with the temperature. It's about the channel. Like I can't stress it enough, channeling sweats. Like it happens to everybody, like to every artist. I mean, even tattoo artists. I mean, when they're drawing and stuff, I don't know if it's like, I think it's an activation. I don't think it's a nervousness. I think it's an activation, to be honest, but whatever. Embrace that you can sweat, because sweating allows a lot of toxins out of your body. It really keeps your temple clear. Maybe that's what it is. Clearing? Yeah. It's like nice and cool outside. And my body is 100 degrees right now. It's not 98 degrees, I can tell you that right now. It's teetering about 100 right now. I mean, I can put myself into fever temperature really quickly to get rid of demons and bad energy and stuff. Oof. Cancer! What's going on? 4 of Wands. Knight of Cups. Well, here they come. Oh, the Magician. 9 of Pentacles. I can't help, we got Judgment on the top. I was actually wondering if the old Phoenix was going to come out. And it did. The Rise from the Ashes. The Phoenix. Some could say this channel is a rise from the ashes. I think a lot of people thought I was dead. I love that rumor. Okay. This lizard and fox are staring right at each other. The turtle's trying to get away. Oh. Okay, so I just saw this like act in my head, okay? Where somebody is like, they're trying to get away from people, okay? They're trying to get away. And this person pulls them back, and then poof, they transform, and then they come out and they're like wearing like different clothes, and like everything is different. They suddenly look different. It's like somebody was resisting something, and like, yeah, it's resisting something, trying to get away from it. It's like they didn't want to change. It's like, I can't help but keep staring at these guys, because these guys both live in very hot temperatures. So then I'm like, are you in the desert? Or like, as I steam my glasses up, of course, or like in a really hot part of the world where lizards would be, or gazelles, right? And then it goes straight to the turtle, the painted turtle underwater. So it's like somebody is so hot, like they're a demon or something. They're so hot, they're like on fire, and then the water is what puts them out. That's why they're running away from it, because they're like, you're going to kill me. And then they're like, no, we have to cool you down. You're too hot. You're going to die. And it's magic. Magic is the transformation. Like, the magician is the one that does it. The magician is the one that throws the water on you. So then you get put out. And then you rise from the ashes, ironically, the way a phoenix is supposed to. So it's like, maybe you're using your fire wrong. And your fire it's starting to light fires inside of you instead of fires everywhere else for you to create something. The fires, it's like the gasoline got poured inside of you, and you keep lighting these fires, and it's lighting you on fire, and you don't realize that you're destroying yourself, right? That's probably why this is Cancer, because Cancer's water, right? It's the crab, literally the crab. So you have to go into water to cool down. I wonder if you're going to get like baptized or something. This is like a spiritual baptism. I actually knew somebody, my sister dated somebody that wasn't baptized. And we were like, Jesus. You know, he was like at the time, he was 44, I think. 43 or 44 when we found out. And I just never met anybody that wasn't baptized in their like, everybody's baptized, are they not? Like, what the fuck? I guess they're not. I don't know what that means for either or. Like, I don't know if being baptized is like a good thing or if it's a bad thing. Because I see the church as very evil. I always have. I've never even when I was forced to go to church younger, there's like churches in my neighborhood that I get really creeped out by. Churches that have like abandoned playgrounds and stuff, and you're like, what the fuck is going on there? I don't know. The church, because again, the church can be an institution that covers up something else that's going on. And like, I mean, the church is not the only guilty one of it, honest, like really. I mean, malls do it, fucking ports do it, airports, not airplanes, but airplanes do it, but airports do it, right? Like things can be cover-ups of other things, okay? So, and then like we're ever gonna fucking figure it out, right? We just have hypotheses and theories, okay? So it's like that's what it is. Like this fire, okay? You've been like, it's been covered up somehow that you're lighting yourself on fire. You've been covered up, like it's like you're burning alive in one dimension, and everybody's like, yeah, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. And you're like, what the fuck? And like, now that you take a look at yourself and you realize that you're the one burning, you're not supposed to be the one burning. It's like somebody threw their fire back in your face. And that's really, really weird. And now I'm getting, okay, so these people down the hall, okay, so get this. This is so fucking fucked up, okay? This is my life in an apartment building. So, I go to work, I come home. My sister's been jamming out in the living room with her headphones on, doing God knows what, okay? So she doesn't hear jack shit that happens in the apartment building. So I get home, I get a knock on the door. It's Uber. No, I get a knock on the door, and I open it, and there's just food there. So I'm like, I look up and down the halls, and I'm like, what the fuck? But you know, Uber, you can send gifts. You can send food to people through Uber. So I'm thinking, okay, somebody sent us food. It was like 2 burgers and 2 milkshakes. I'm like, okay, this is really fucking weird. Like, does somebody know my sister and I good or what? Because that's exactly what we eat, is burgers, dirty fucking burgers, and milkshakes. So we're jamming into this food, and then we get a knock on the door. I'm like, no. That's got to be the Uber driver coming back. Open up the door. It's a fucking Uber driver. I'm like, we didn't get any food. I just got home. I didn't slam the door in his face, but I'm like, yo, go away. Like, I didn't get no fucking food. I lied, obviously. Then 2 minutes later, the bitch comes back. She knows she put my address in because now she's figured out she put the wrong address in. Uber driver did nothing. She's like, you stole my food. No, I didn't steal anything. You put my address in. I Just getting home from work, starving Marvin, fucking ate it. What, do you want it back? You want me to barf it up? You want me to give it back to you? She goes, I can smell it in your apartment. And then walks away. She got evicted today. So that happened like 4 days ago? 5 days ago? And I'm like, then I see her in the hall 3 or 4 times. Never seen this bitch in my fucking life. Now all of a sudden, every time I leave my apartment, I see her. And I'm like, ooh, I wonder what... You're in trouble if you've got to see me every day in the halls. Like, people fucking hate me because I'm judgment. That's what I do. You want to say something, I'm that person that's going to call you out on it, whether you punch me in the face or not. I really don't give a fuck if I get in trouble for calling people out. People are full of shit and they lie, and they've put me the target of those lies, and I've got no way out of it. So now when somebody fucks around, I go, hey, I'm your witness. You're fucked. People don't want to see me. Even my own goddamn family won't talk to me because they know I'm judgment. They know what they did, so they won't speak to me about it because they're going to get in trouble by me. And like, I'm sorry, if you feel like I'm getting you in trouble, you're fucked. I am not a cop. I'm not a fucking judge. I'm not in the court system. But my family is terrified of me. That woman got terrified of me. Well, you fucked around. My landlady now is terrified of me because she tried to get me to pay $40 for something. That wasn't my responsibility. So I fucking snapped on her. I'm like, yo, you want to go down to the tenant's office right now and go fucking figure this out? I'm not paying for your shit. Now she won't talk to me. Perfect. I don't need a 75-year-old to be my best friend telling me all the gossip in the building. I really don't want to fucking know who died on fucking 4-3 again. I don't need to know who fucking attacked their girlfriend over in the other building. I don't need to know this shit. I need to leave this building is what I need to do. So that's what I'm trying to do. But still, see that? That woman comes to my door, accuses me of doing something. Well, I didn't do it. And then what? You want the fucking food back? And now she's evicted. And if she's evicted for something she didn't pay her rent for like 3 months. So that's totally on her. But I'm just saying, see what goes around comes around? Bitch doesn't pay her rent, but she's ordering Uber? What the fuck? And she's on subsidized housing. So all she was supposed to pay is $350 a month with her fucking 3 kids that are all drug dealers. Nobody could come up with the $350 a month? Really? So it's not like she got kicked out because she fucked with me. But do you see how things go? When people are about to be busted, little things are going to start busting them. Right? Little things are going to start coming out where you're going to realize, man, I am not the crazy one. This bitch is the crazy one, the one that I've been saying. But because the crazy bitch had people on her side, you still felt like this is why these fires started. Because you were throwing fires and then these people started throwing them back at you because they couldn't accept the fire to begin with. They didn't want a fire set on their porch. They wanted to throw it back on you, knowing that it would hurt you more than them just putting it out. They should have just put the fire out, but they didn't. They put you on fire instead, which is why you were trying to get away because you didn't understand what was going on. So you're trying to fucking get away, and then the magician goes, dude, holy water, right? It's exactly, now I'm getting rock, paper, scissors, fire, and Joey goes, fire, and then Phoebe goes, water balloon, right? Like, people always think that they can start fires, and then when you start a fire on somebody's porch, for them talking shit, for them doing something, and then they throw that fire back at you instead of just putting it out, yo, there's an extinguisher right there. Why didn't you just put it out? Why did you have to throw it back on me? Oh, that's why. Because when people are full of shit, they're going to throw your shit back onto their shit and then throw it back at you and then never take anything at all because that's a coward. People cannot admit what they do wrong, okay? Especially if you know that once they admit this, everything changes. You think they're going to admit it? Oh, my God, this world wouldn't be where it was if people just admitted when they were fucking wrong. That's the thing. But they can't. They got to ride this ego trip and then fuck around everybody because then they step into their pride. I deserve. Entitlement, little fucking brat. Sit the fuck down, okay? And now these people that put you on fire and did this to you, woo. Let's figure it out, shall we? Somebody just sneezed on their balcony. I bet you so many people can hear me when I do these readings because I'm so loud. I bet you everybody's getting a tarot reading out there right now. I just heard somebody sneeze, so I know somebody's out there. And I just scream. That's my voice. When you were given something, use it. Yeah, okay, my cards are probably the best to do this with. Yeah, you were gaslighted. You were gaslighted while being on fire. Wow. Tell these people they deserve an award for being the world's most evilest people and pushing the boundary and the bar just a little bit further on how much you can fuck with people. And I noticed that people, they want to be the new disaster. You know, like they want to be the new, oh, you think you're evil, right? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Oh, God, the witches out here. Like, I can't even hang out with chicks. They're so fucking catty and disgusting. And then they just like, oh, all congregate together. And it's like, put your cell phones down and close your Instagrams, okay? This is life. Get into it. No offense to anybody that has Instagram, okay? I'm banned from it. I'm not allowed to have it. I solicited a little too much on there. Whoopsies. So they asked for some grass. Okay. Okay, I want to know who put you on fire. And a loser. Damn right. That's exactly. Now, what's going to happen to them for doing this? Like, this is who did this to you. A fucking loser. Somebody that was losing in life. So they thought, you know what? I'm not going to lose anymore for what I did. I'm going to make cancer pay my fucking bills. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look at that. They completely poisoned you. They completely poisoned you. And this is a huge one, okay? Flight or fight. You really, like, honestly, this is a huge energy because a lot of times this is the energy that we're stuck in, right? It's like we want to either fight everybody around us or we want to fucking leave instantly. It's that either you feel like you've got to throw down or you've got to run. And that's not okay. That's being poisoned. People need to be grounded, okay? And they need to be in one place for an extended period of time, not moving around everywhere and fucking being in fight or flight. Like, there's Dana. Oh, look at that. Yo, we uncovered a narcissist for sure here. Okay, huge narcissist. And that's the one-sided obnoxious loser that just decided to throw the fire back at you instead of extinguishing it, instead of putting it out. Right? And that's the thing, is somebody that's in their ego won't accept if you put a fire, even though they know that they did something. They know they deserve that fire. But they'll still throw it back on you because their ego tells them to. Because they haven't shut up the voice in their head that says, fuck with everybody, you're the king, right? They haven't mastered that voice yet because they're still a little fucking boy. They're still a little girl. They still think hurting people is the way to do it, okay? Because they're hurt. Little boy, little girl syndrome is what this person suffers from, which is why they're a narcissist. Narcissist is little boy, little girl syndrome. Everything revolves around me. Pay attention to me. Blah, blah, blah. That's a narcissist, right? Turns people against just so then they can prove a point. That's a narcissist, right? Never willing to cooperate and work with other people. It's a fucking narcissist. One-sided, obnoxious loser, okay? And now we got the peace pipe because this is all good now, baby. All good now. This person, what they receive, let's see. What does this person receive for doing this to you? So they get tortured, okay? They get gaslighted. They get removed from the situation now. Whatever it was that they did to you and how they mistreated you, they gaslighted you, they made it seem like you weren't there while you were burning in flames. Fucking loser, okay? They're going to be tortured now, and so shall it be. So their life is going to go on a very slow decline and so shall it be. Sometimes you don't want the energy to hit them all at once. You want it to hit them slowly, like they did to you, right? You want this energy to go slow, so then it tortures them, okay? Because they copycatted you. Okay, they tried to be you. They tried to copy you in some way while you were burning. While they were burning you alive for being who you were, they were copying everything about you. And that's what people do. If somebody says, okay, get this. If somebody says you're an idiot, you're a loser, what you're doing sucks, you need to shut your mouth, you need to go crawl under the hole where you came from. When people say stuff like that to you, get louder. Because it means that you're hitting a point. You're hitting a nerve and you're pissing people off. So they're going to tell you to shut your mouth. They're going to tell you nobody likes you. They don't want to hear you because everybody needs to hear you. Everybody wants to hear you. They're the only ones that don't. That 1% is telling you to shut your fucking mouth because you're pissing them off. Piss those motherfuckers off. Are you kidding me? Get out of my way, wench. Okay. Okay, I wasn't even really sure why these cards came out because I didn't ask a question in my head, so I don't really know why they came out, but yo, look at this. So we had Hearth and Home in reverse. With the big C, the fucking big Cancer, okay, the big cunt, and then Clock. So this person's time is up, okay? Whatever home or hearth that they're in, they're going to slowly start to get eaten alive. And that's what we want. We want them to get onto the slow decline cycles, closing cycles. That's what we want to do is we want to get them into a cycle, okay, where they begin to deteriorate at a very rapid rate, okay, yet a slow decline in their life. So I think what's going to end up happening is I think the inside of them is going to get ripped to shreds fast and quick, but their life on the outside is the thing that slowly declines, right? And if you really want it a certain way, I think that's kind of the better way to do it, because if this is a monster that did so much to you, then the decline on the inside, the rapid decline on the inside, you wouldn't want them to see, because then they're going to go straight to a doctor and they're going to try to get longevity again. They're going to try to get medication. They're going to try to get surgery. They're going to try to get something so then they live longer again, because that's how medicine has fucked us, right? It's kept people on these life paths for extended amounts of time because of medicine. Right? Not because they're supposed to be here, because medicine gives them life, right? So you don't want the decline on their body to be slow, or they'll figure it out. You don't want them to figure this out. You want this to go fast on the inside, slow on the outside. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, who is this magician? I get that. All systems go for a change. So this magician came in as like an event that destroys everything. Like a house fire, right? Like a fire in general. A tornado, a twister, avalanche, earthquake, landfill, explosion. Like, I mean, so many things can twist the events of your life in a matter of seconds. Your life can be changed forever. Seconds. And it never gets to go back. Doesn't, change, then, you get to go back in time for a second and rewind. No. Once it's changed, it's changed. So this magician came in to make sure that you would change and stop burning alive. Or what's the Phoenix? Ooh. Life scales of justice, money, dollar bill, y'all, work. And then we got bully and hangman. So I believe now that the bully gets hanged. Okay? That's how they get taken away. They get hung. They get hung up on something. Okay? They forever get tortured in the gallows. And you, my friend, get to make some money. And that is amazing, because if they've been keeping you from work, if they've been keeping you small and burning, I mean, how are you supposed to accumulate money, which is made by paper, if you're on fire? Like, what are you collecting, coins? Like, how did this person expect you to get money if you were on fire? See, that's the thing, is when people act maliciously and they do things out of pure hate, they don't realize what they're doing. Because that hate bomb is the only thing they're listening to, but they don't understand the catastrophic events that could come with making somebody burn. Especially if this was in a different realm and it wasn't able to take you, the fire wasn't able to take you. Now that energy goes back to them. So people who play with fire, people who play with magic, have to be prepared to get burned alive and or killed. Right? And that's the price that you pay for doing really dangerous business. Right? And that's the thing, is anybody that has a dangerous job knows you better be getting fucking paid properly for risking your life. This person risked your life at the cost of your life that now has to come back around onto them. Like, do you think people realize that if they just fucking set their own life path and stopped being like, try not to let anger eat you, because what anger does to you is it alters your life in ways it doesn't have to. It alters your life in ways that forever scar you and let the other person go free. Right? That's what anger does. And when you feed that anger and you start those fires, then you've got to be prepared. Like, if you start a fire with somebody, you've got to be prepared for what those repercussions do. Okay? Even if that person deserves that fire, right? There's always that they could throw it back. Right? Even though you don't anticipate them throwing it back, there's always that angle, because that's how rude people are. That's how fuckery people are, right? That they can't just put the fire out. They have to feed it. And that's what most people do with hate. They feed it. They don't want to stop it. They don't want to be the end of the hate, because the hate's the game. Right? To hate you, to be a part of hate, that's a game for people. I want to see how many people can hate this person. And then this bitch down the one that got evicted, man, she told everybody that my sister and I were lesbians. And I was like, okay. That's just like, why would you do that? Like, again, just to spread hate. And what is lesbianism to somebody? Why, like, that's not hate to me. Like, you want to call me a lesbian, that's my sister. I mean, that's your own prerogative. You can't be talking about me because that's my sister. That's disgusting. I would never do that. Right? Like, so I don't know, man. There's something about a lot of mischaracter judgment here and mislabeling and not taking what they did into consideration. That's the thing, is like, people want to be the first to point a finger at somebody all the time, but what they don't realize is that if they just took what they did wrong, they would be able to fix it, instead of that ego listening to them like, oh, they're just pointing the finger at me. They're just trying to fuck with me. No, you could have done something. If you feel like you're being attacked, then why do you feel like you're being attacked? Right? That's the thing. Is like this, like you clearly started something with somebody, like I said, and instead of them putting the fire out because they were the original starters of it, they threw more stuff in it and then threw you into it. Like, how dare you come to me for answers? Of course you're going to come to somebody for answers. If they fucked around with you, you go to them and you ask them fucking questions as to why they did what they did. And that's why my family won't talk to me. Because the things that they did to me behind closed doors, and the little conversations and the little fucking rumors that they started about me, I know about. And I'm going to ask them about those things the second somebody calls me. The second there's a death that suddenly somebody wants me to find out about, or I mean, like my grandmother died, and my grandfather, my father, nor my stepmother told me that my grandmother was dead for over 3 months. The only reason why my stepmother told me was because I told her to go fuck herself for everything she did to me. She wrote back and said, well, your grandmother died, so we've been dealing with that. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you guys told me 3 months ago. But because nobody wanted to talk to me, because they don't want to have to answer any questions. So they don't talk to me. So they punish me because they don't want to answer questions. So do you realize what's going to have to happen to people like that? Like, it's a question. You can't answer a question. There's something fucking wrong with you. Like, you need to get off your fucking depression pills and go seek some fucking therapy as to why you can't open up your mouth and answer why you destroyed somebody's life. Because there is no valid answer. And that's what I also get with a lot of people, is there's no actual answer as to why they hurt you the way that they did. So when you go to them for answers, they can't say anything to you. They can only throw more shade because those answers are going to build. It's almost like it's going to dig them a grave. But what they don't realize is that the grave has already been built with every lie that they told. It's just a matter when they get knocked into it. But their graves have already been dug. They dug their graves a long fucking time ago. And that's why they're so pissed off at you. That's right. That's why they tried to kill you. Right? Because their grave is sitting there and they're like, well, where's Whitney's? Where's Courtney's? Where's Brittany's? Where's Dave's? Where's Michelle's? Well, their graves aren't built yet because they haven't told a bunch of lies. So their graves aren't dug yet, bitch. Anyways, namaste, motherfuckers. This is some crazy energy. I don't really know what the heck you had to survive, but those people are going down. They're going to be hanging in the gallows for life while you go make some money. Like, that's a good trade-off in my eyes. So if it makes sense, allow it to resonate. If it doesn't, don't force it to. Not all these messages are for people, for everybody. You know what I mean? It's open energy. It's collective. So read it out. It resonates, man. And love each other. Love yourself more than others. And thanks for joining. See ya.